Hello, everybody. I've not really made a video discussing Trump and how he's not the savior. There's so many people worshiping Trump. A lot of Christians acting like, oh, God put him in control. God gave him the office. Now, let me say this. God can use anyone, including the devil, to do his will. Okay? God's God, okay? That being said, Trump is not doing the good that everyone wants to claim that he is. Could God be working on his heart? Sure. I don't know Trump. All I can do is comment on the things that Trump is doing. Okay? Now, not enough people understand what a performance everything is. Everything that the government does is a performance for the people. Okay? Even though people believe that Trump is a nationalist, okay, he's for the United States. No, he's not. Just because he tells you he is, doesn't mean that he is. Just because you don't understand his actions, people take his actions at face value. They assume that it's because Trump said he's a nationalist. So they think that his motivation is he's a nationalist. No. He is building, Trump is doing the work of the United Nations. He is helping build the North American Union. Where's Greenland located? Just north of Canada. Greenland, Canada, America, and Mexico. And probably a few other little countries in there. This whole area is going to be the North American Union. Now, I know some of you who follow me aren't Christians, so to speak. You don't follow the Bible. You may or may not, whatever your beliefs are. But in the Bible, it talks about the crown of 10 or something. I don't remember the exact words off the top of my head right now. The older I get, the sicker I get, the less I can remember, the less I can recall at a drop of a hat. But it talks about like a crown of 10 or something like that. There's 10 entities. There's 10 things. Okay? 10, not countries, because when you say country today, when you say country, you think United States, Mexico, Canada, okay? When the New World Order or one world government takes over, it's not going to be countries, it's going to be unions. And they have the whole world divided up into 10 unions. Just like the Bible said, 10 crowns, 10 horns, whatever it was it stated. Trump is not doing what you think he's doing. Now, people say, oh, so you would have voted for Kamala? No. The person I would have voted for would have been my choice, not theirs. Okay? These people who say, oh, you've got to vote. You think your vote stands for something. when you vote for their candidate, you are voting for someone they will allow in office. They're not going to allow somebody in office that they don't want in office. Oh, well, Trump almost got shot. He was almost assassinated. You think that evil entities don't have arguments among themselves? Okay? I don't know if Trump being shot at was a performance or if it was an actual dispute amongst the enemy. You think evil entities get along? The only reason they get along is because they've got a common goal. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think they get along all the time? They're evil. Evil's not going to always get along. They're going to fight amongst themselves. And left to their own devices, if God does not interfere, this is exactly what would happen. They would take over, and the minute that they took over all the humans, they would then fight amongst themselves. They would divide, and they would destroy everything just to prevent the other side from getting it. That's what would happen. They're evil. Evil is destruction. Period. That's what evil is. Evil is destruction. So, even if there is somebody against Trump, even if there is, that doesn't mean anything, because evil is in control of this world, and they've got a goal. And Trump's actions, if you knew what the end goal was, you would see what they're doing. And that's the problem, is they have manipulated and put false information out there so that the people don't understand what the motivation is, what the goals are. So people are sitting back, they hear Trump's a nationalist, so they look at what Trump does and they think he is doing the things he's doing for the betterment of America. When the reality is, Trump is working for the United Nations. He is helping create the North American Union. NATO, that's all NATO is. European Union. The European Union is one of the 10 unions in the New World Order. Okay? That's one of the unions. How was the European Union created? It was created through trade agreements. Through trade agreements is how the European Union was formed. What is Trump doing? What did Trump do the last time he was in office? It was either called NAFTA or NATO or something like that. It was a trade agreement between Canada, America, and Mexico. Okay? So that created that bond. Now, he's bringing in Greenland. They reveal everything. If you know how to watch for it, if you know what the end goal is, then it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they tell you. Okay? Trump can sit and tell me he's a nationalist all day long. I know better. Okay? I know better. He says nationalist because there's a whole group of people out there who are against socialism and all of that. Okay? You got that group. You got the socialist. So how do they keep... Okay, the people who are socialists aren't going to fight against it, right? People who are socialists are not going to fight against the New World Order. They're not going to do it. They want it. They think it's a good thing. They've been lied to also. Okay? So who's fighting against it? The Christians, the right, the Republicans, the conservatives, whatever label you want to put on this group. Okay? So how do you pacify that group and keep them from fighting what's being done? You give them a leader who is a nationalist. It's a false trust. You make them trust that person so they stop fighting it. So they're on board. Trump can do no wrong in these people's eyes. Can do no wrong. So when Trump says to Canada, you'll be the 51st state, they think it's a joke. It's not a joke. He's being serious. And then what happened? Right after that, Trudeau resigned. Think, people. And now Greenland. Why do we need Greenland? Our own country is a mess. We're a mess. Why would you go add more to the plate? If your own house is in shambles, if your own house is in debt, why would you go out to get more? You wouldn't. There's no reason to go after Greenland. None. There's no reason to go after Canada. None. He's working for the United Nations. He is helping form the North American Union, just like the European Union. And it's all being done through trade agreements. I don't know how else to say it. But anyway, the New World Order, the United Nations, trade agreements, all of this stuff is evil's plan to take over this. Well, they've already took over the world, but now they took over it bit by bit, little bit by little bit. Now their power is to the stage that now they need to bring it all together. And they're going to unite everybody with a common enemy, which is going to be aliens. They're not aliens, they're evil entities. There's going to be a bad alien come, folks. Don't believe it. It's not a real enemy. No. It's a real enemy. It's not a true alien from some other planet. Okay? It's evil entities from right here at home. Okay? And then another one's going to come. It's going to save us. It's going to be God. Okay? It's going to be the Mahdi. And guess who's going to be with the Mahdi? A false Jesus. Okay? Just mark my words. It's coming. It's going to be, unless you've got a really short rest of your life, it's going to be in your lifetime. 2029, folks. The time is short. So much is going to happen between now and then. So much is going to happen. If you can, secure a food source. Secure a water source. And get to know Jesus. That's all for now. God bless.